Hi everybody. So I wanted to come on here and kind of speak to you guys very quickly. I know my last videos I say I'm going to be quick, but then I never am quick. But yeah, I wanted to pretty much kind of let you guys know, whoever is trying to get into the federal government and is feeling discouraged because of the application process, because you don't know, what HR really needs and stuff when they post the vacancy. So don't be discouraged. Just, I guess keep trying. Or if you are like me and want to achieve results, hire somebody to assist you with writing your resume. I think that's number one. And then when you do find someone who's going to assist you in writing your resume, make sure that that individual asks you what position it is that you're applying for. Now they can just, and I'm not just saying them asking you if you want to be a legal assistant, or if you want to be in HR, or if you want to do supply, or whatever the profession is. They need to ask you about the vacancy announcement. If someone writes you a resume just to write you a resume and not know what is the position or the targeted position that you want to apply for, and they write a resume for you without asking you these questions, then I would probably, take my services elsewhere. Because if I am interested in being a paralegal and I don't know, I'm not good in writing federal resumes and stuff, and so I hire someone to write a federal resume for me, and then I have paralegal experience on the outside world, in the private sector, the civilian sector, but I want to apply those skills into the federal government. And so if someone writes you a resume for a paralegal position, and then it's just a broad paralegal position, then more than likely you are not going to get, your resume will get reviewed, considering if you uploaded everything that you need to upload to verify that you meet the eligibility for you to apply for that position. And then once you do upload every single document that's going to justify your eligibility, then I would let you know that yes, HR is going to review your resume, considering you have all those things, you meet all those eligibilities. But once they start looking at your resume and your resume is all over the place, or it's not targeted to the position, the vacancy announcement that is being posted, and you're thinking that a paralegal resume can get you any paralegal job, then I would probably caution you on that thinking, because the vacancy announcement is important, because it is telling you what the hiring manager needs. It is telling you what you need to have in order for you to apply and qualify for that position. It is also telling you what you're going to be doing in that position. And prior to you being able to do that, they need to know that you were able to do that similar task, even if it's at that level or at a lower level. Now, doing it at a lower level, you would have to have done it for a whole year straight, 52 weeks. So now, if you've only done it for 6 months and you put that on your resume and then think that 3 years ago you worked as a paralegal somewhere else and you worked at that position for about 7 months, that is going to help you get 13 months, a year, 52 weeks plus. No, it would have to be 52 weeks in 1 year. So the years cannot be broken down. So we cannot look at HR, that is, we cannot look at experiences that or duties that you performed at different times to equal the amount of time that we need. Because if you look at the vacancy announcement closely, it will always say you have to meet the specialized experience and you must have 52 weeks of experience at a lower level, or holding that a position for 52 weeks, the position that you're applying for. So again, if you are hiring someone to write your resume because you want to make sure that you are doing it correctly, make sure that that individual asks you about the vacancy announcement, because they need to know exactly what they need to put on that resume in order for you to actually get that job. If it's not on there, then you are wasting your time and your money. And also, if what is this? But yeah, so also if you are hiring someone to work on your resume, to write your resume for you, and then that individual has no clue as to them needing to ask you about the vacancy announcement because they didn't ask you, that would be a major red flag for me, because what are they really going to provide you? I mean, you can do the same thing that they're going to do because you're writing what you've done, but then what you've done may not have been what this position needs. So if you haven't reviewed it, and if you have reviewed it and you don't really understand, and so you're going to get someone to help you to get a position or that position, then that individual need to know what specific duties that they are looking for. Even if you are a paralegal, there's paralegals that worked in a courtroom, or a county clerk office and stuff like that. Or there are paralegals who have also worked in attorneys' offices. And there are paralegals that work in attorneys' offices who have worked for attorneys who represent people for different things. So, yes, a paralegal is a paralegal. However, just like there's a doctor for teeth, a dentist, and doctor for whatever, a paralegal for whatever field. So you need to, or whatever area, you need to know, or they need to know what it is that you're trying to do, and not providing you anything just because they want to collect the money from you. Again, sorry, yeah, I had a spur of the moment. I was working on someone's resume to assist them. I'm on Fiverr as well. So, and I also do counseling, and I also do coaching, and I write resumes. I am a former federal employee. I am no longer working in that position because I took some time off. However, the last grade that I held in HR was a GS 12. So, So I think I know a little bit of what I'm doing, especially since I've worked in recruitment and staffing and placement and so forth. So I'm not just telling you things that I've heard. I'm telling you things that I know you guys need, especially if you want to get hired for this position. And I know a lot of people are not going on USA Jobs to waste time just to apply for positions for no reason, just for practice. Now, yes, granted, practice is good, but how long are you going to be practicing for and never get hit or never get selected? That in itself is going to be nerve-wracking, because you're thinking like, damn, what's wrong with me? Or what am I not doing right? What is going on? And, and if you're going to someone for assistance, then you may need to screen that individual before you continue with their services. And now I've also, because I work on Fiverr, and I know other consultants and so forth, or some who claim to be, because everybody can have that title and stuff, because I can call myself, a doctor just because I am studying for my PhD, or even though I didn't, take my final exam or write my, final dissertation and stuff, and then did my, whatever it is that I need to do, depending on what the degree is for. My degree is in HR. So, but yeah, so I wouldn't have to do any internships and whatnot. So yeah, so don't trust what everybody says as far as them being, or them being able to write you a federal resume when they've never worked. I don't want to say never worked in the federal government, because you can work in the federal government and not know what HR is looking for. And also, after you go through HR, then what the hiring manager is looking for, because all the hiring managers, they are not one and the same. Especially because, and which is why I'm telling you, what I'm telling you, each hiring manager will work for different sections or for different specialties and so forth. And sometimes, even though the specialty or the job is similar, you definitely have to look to make sure that they are actually what it is that you're applying for. So, yeah, it's 13 minutes, so I don't want to continue, beating this dead horse and stuff, but I just, wanted to come on here and kind of put that out there, because I know it's a problem, and it's a problem that a lot of people have come across, and a lot of people don't know who to really trust, especially if they're getting, great reviews. I think if anybody would give a review, it should be done after, at least that's what, I would do. After somebody helps me and I'm able to get a job, then I would leave, a review for that individual. But if just somebody providing me a resume, which, I'm thinking, because I don't know, I'm thinking that it's a good resume, and then I never get hired, now it would have my mind thinking that they just didn't want me, or they already had somebody available for that position. All these things may be true, not necessarily that they don't want you per se, you personally, but they are not looking for the skill that you have. They are looking for someone who's a little bit more skillful, or if not skillful, they're looking for someone who is able to put on paper, someone who is able to communicate on paper, because you have to do the paper first before you actually get the interview, for you to actually tell them and convince them that you're the best thing since sliced bread. So yeah, so someone who is able to put on paper what it is that they've done, and then for HR and the hiring manager to determine whether or not you would be a good fit or the best fit, because we look for a best qualified applicant. So if you're mediocre, because you may be the best since sliced bread, but your resume doesn't show that, or doesn't prove that, or doesn't say that, by you putting to paper everything that you've done, which is what is needed for that vacancy. So please, if you don't know what you're doing and you need some assistance, screen the help that you are getting. And if you need a resume for a federal position, and if someone is writing you a federal resume and they do not know what federal position that you are trying to get into, then you're just giving away your money for no reason. So, I'm not trying to knock anybody's hustle. Everybody's trying to make money and so forth. But, do it the right way. I mean, who's going to listen to me as far as, them doing it the right way? In fact, they may think that they're doing it the right way. But sometimes if you need a doctor in a special or a specialty area, and you just go to a generalized doctor, I don't know if you'll get the treatment that you need right away. Unless you want to do or be a guinea pig and have, them do trial and error on you and not produce results, then, be my guest. But I don't think anybody has money to waste, money to give away, thinking that they're going to be able to make that money back, like an investment. So people don't invest just to lose money or to not make money. So I don't know. But I say this to say that if for whatever reason you screened, the resume writer or the counselor or the career coach that you've hired, and you determine that that individual may not produce results or may not get you that position and stuff, or do their darndest to get you that position, to get you in that position, then I would probably say, contact someone else. You can contact me. I'm on Fiverr, like I said. My name is Genevieve. I don't know if I put my maiden name or my married name, Genevieve Mondazier Moise or Genevieve Mondazier. So yeah, if you need any assistance, you can get on Fiverr, or you can reach out to me at contact.gmhrsolutions. Send me an email, hrsolutions@gmail.com, and I'll put it in the description box. Send me an email and let me know what it is that you need assistance with, if it's counseling, just to try to figure out, if you should apply for this position, or that you want to apply for this position, or you're trying to change your job, your career. You are a federal employee and you want to go to a different job series, and you're thinking about taking a downgrade, a real downgrade, not a downgrade where it's just the grade level, but a downgrade in pay, because I don't know who would want to do that. So nobody is working just to go back. So yes, I know sometimes we get desperate and stuff, but making decisions when you're desperate doesn't usually earn you a good result, or it's usually not a good decision. Dang, my shirt is really wrinkled, guys. I'm so sorry. I just had a meeting and stuff, and then I changed my shirt, and I just wanted to come on here to speak to you guys. Okay, so I'll keep this short. I have something else that I want to say, but I want to keep my word and actually have a short video uploaded on YouTube. Okay, so I'll put my info in the description box if you need any assistance. If you want to screen me out and see if I know what I'm talking about, or if I know what it is that you need and stuff, as far as filling a vacancy that is available, a vacancy that is open and stuff, because you want to make some money, because you want to change your career, because you want to get a job, you have bills, whatever the case may be, you graduated, and you need to work and stuff. So yeah, reach out to me. I'm open for anybody to screen me and stuff. And I also have my proof on Fiverr if you're interested to seeing the proof on paper. I don't want to put it on YouTube, but if you're interested in seeing the proof, of course, I covered my PII information, my social, and my date of birth and stuff, and the address is not on there. So yeah, so I posted that on Fiverr to show that I actually have a SF50, which means I worked in the federal government, and that I was working as a human resources officer, and that I was indeed the grade that I told you guys, a GS12 and stuff, working in HR. So now there may be a thing, or people may think, okay, maybe I was working somewhere else at a different section or a different job series, since people do change their job series, and then I went into HR and stuff, and then I went into HR as a GS12 and stuff. Yes, that's possible as well, but if more proof is needed as far as how long I've been working in HR, I'm willing to provide that as well. And I'm even willing to share some of my skills that I put on my resume, as far as all the duties that I've performed, all the positions that I've held. I have not only been working in recruitment and staffing, which is the HR specialist that announce the vacancies, the positions, but excuse me, I've also worked in employee labor relations, and I've also worked in position classification. So, which is important because I know, and I've assisted, and I've written the jobs that some of these managers for different positions are needing to fill. And so if I've written it, and then I know what, granted, I can't say I know what every job duty is, because like I said, all the professions or all the series, I know the broad scope of it. I know sometimes, depending on the section that the individual position is in, I may know exactly what they need, what systems they use, what forms and so forth. And at the same time, by me knowing that, I think I'm better equipped to know that when a manager is looking for someone to fill their vacancy, which I have written, then I think I know what those duties are for that position. And if, because I am not working with that manager within that agency and so forth, then that's why I say it's important for you to read the vacancy announcement, fine tooth comb, and if someone is assisting you in writing your resume, then they need to also do that. Now, it's not I mean, yes, people may be trying to get as many resumes written as possible because they want to make as much money as possible. But I think if you're going to write a resume, you need to know for what is needed for that job, not just because you think HR. Take HR for instance. If there's an HR position and I wanted to apply for an HR position, but I've never done it. Like HR is, employee labor relations, like I mentioned. There's benefits. There's staffing and recruitment. There's classification. Am I missing anything else? I don't think I'm missing anything. There's programs where they write, the different programs, but it's closer to a management analyst position or management analyst duties, like a researcher and stuff like that. So if it's HR positions like that and I've never done those things, like if I only worked in employee labor relations, I'm an HR specialist. However, I do not know what is required for someone to come in to the federal government, even though I came in. Even though I am an HR specialist or I worked in HR. So, which is why I keep saying this, that regardless of what the position is that you're applying for, you need to tailor your resume to what is required, what is needed for the position that you're applying for, not any position that is available, because you will never, I repeat, never, ever, 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 ever. Although the management analyst positions, the 300 series, a lot of what everybody does can be found in to that position. However, depending on what agency, what area, what, specialty, then, I wouldn't be able to, or someone wouldn't be able to work in that position, or they won't be able to work for that position. In fact, you won't even get past HR when they're screening you, when they're looking to see if you have the specialized experience, and then when they're looking to see what duties you performed. And if you mention none of that, and you don't know, and the person, that is helping you with your resume doesn't know what to look for, then chances are, you're just giving your money as a gift. Because, when you give money for gifts, you don't expect anything in return. So that's pretty much what you're doing. You're giving away a gift and you don't expect anything in return, although you go with the assumption that you're going to get something for your money. But okay, guys, it's 28 minutes, so I need to keep my word for this video. So I'll come back again, and I know I posted several different videos on how I got into the federal government, and I was like you guys, those who are trying to get into the federal government and those who made it but didn't know, what it was that that they did that stood out, or that happened, or whatever, or they got lucky, or whatever your questions are, your doubts are, and stuff. If you need somebody to assist you, I'm not trying to take all the work because I can't do it all. So screen out whoever it is that is helping you, and once you finish screening them out, when you tell them what you need, if they're not telling you, or if they're not asking you certain things, then you know that you're not going to get the best resume needed for you to get hired for this position, or even to get an interview or even to get seen by HR. So, and sometimes people will tell, like the counselors, the coach, consultants, they'll tell people whatever they want to hear because they want to, make the sale or get the gig or whatever the case may be. But yeah, no, don't, if it's not coming from someone who's worked in HR, who's worked in recruitment and staffing and placement, then I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so yeah, I'll put my information on the bottom, and I also usually add extra information that is very good to know. So it may be long and stuff, but you know, read it, check it out and stuff. It'll definitely help you. And if anything, because each time I try to post a video, I leave that same information, because if you read it more than once, it'll retain in your mind. So this is the reason why I keep it on there instead of changing it. Although I can change it for other information, but if you do not have the foundational information that I put on there, then it's not going to be beneficial to you. And if you need to know extra information or specific information and stuff, my information will be on the bottom of the description for you to reach out to me, for you to screen me, for you to ask me questions. I do consultations as well, but because if I consult with you or if I meet with you, then I would be taking away the time from someone else and stuff, which is why I'm trying to offer my services and stuff and trying to give as much information as possible on YouTube for free and stuff. But if you need specific information, if you have specific scenarios, specific things that you want to discuss and stuff, yeah, definitely reach out to me, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Sorry for my shirt. Next time I'll have a less wrinkled shirt, but I don't know why it's so wrinkled. Okay, guys, bye.